So guys, sorry I've been away for a little while, however I am back with a brand spanking new album, one I've been listening to for most of the day at work, by a band from the UK. I've done an interview with them actually in the past for Skulls and Bones. This is a band called Basement Torture Killings.
Hush, 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 here comes the boogeyman.
So, A Night of Brutal Torture is out for purchasing right now, and as always, this band, they have quite a nice little theme that goes with them, kind of very well suited for this genre of music. So obviously they have brought out very special little editions featuring Bertrand's destroyed dolls, basically with the theme that what he does to the dolls he does to his victims, and various other t-shirts with what are they called, the villain heroes. I can't remember what they're called. I'm gonna have to go and find it out. Anyway, yeah, so that is out right now, and basically for those who haven't really heard a lot about them, Basement Torture Killings, I think themselves have said that they're a bit like Marmite, and I think it's either less so more that you either like it or hate it, more so you either get it or you don't. The whole theme around it is murder, destroying the human body, and I think that kind of explains it. The music itself is very reflective of the themes of the band, and this is the third album from the band. I'm sorry, third album from the band, and I have to say it's probably one of my favourites. And there's a number of tracks on here that I'm really enjoying. Like with this, I mean, they keep getting referred to as a death metal band, and I kind of have to move away from that. I think it's definitely more of a grind thing. But there's plenty of anger, depravity, and it's just so ridiculously hyper. Just listen to the snippet, and you'll see what I mean. They were the Killer Heroes, the t-shirts were. The most recent one is Rose West, so sorry about that. It's going to kill me if I didn't find it out. So anyway, so you can obviously hear how absolutely insane it is, and that intensity and the energy doesn't stop at all. Probably one of the more impressive side of things is the drumming on it. It's just constant blasting from the start of each song right until the finish. It just doesn't stop. And if you're someone who can handle very little repetitive structure in your tunes, then you're definitely going to like the tracks on this album. It's got all the same things. You have got the riffs, the hooks, you know, the chorus, the verses. They are all there, but and a few guitar solos as well. But you can't predict it at all. So in that kind of sense, it's nice to be quite unpredictable. So the intro to the whole album is really quite disturbing, but in particular my attention was drawn to the intro of Basement Bitch, which is probably one of my highlight tracks, and it has been since the beginning. But the introduction, like the little intro sample to it, has to be one of the most horrifying things I've ever heard. Anything to do with kind of old, as in dated old, not as in old people. And anything that's sort of childlike really does. It just makes me think I'm going to get murdered in my dreams, which I'm pretty sure is the kind of the aim. The aim is to be creepy, and well done. You did succeed with that. But yeah, the whole song, I mean, once you kind of get over your fear of the track, it does open with these almighty kind of chugging riffs, which are almost sort of death metal-y, but it's still a grime band. But yeah, so yeah, that's probably one of my highlight tracks. I can't mumble on much more about that one. The other one is going to be Car Trunk Caroline, just because it is so damn catchy. I absolutely, truly love this track. I think it's actually going to be my top favourite. I'm going to call it right here, right now. The chorus has just got me hooked. I actually am singing it quite consistently, it has to be said. And what's good is that if you really want to hear the anger come out, which although it is, you know, fairly all the way through, the anger and the rage is definitely, you know, situated within, but I think it really does come out on this track somehow. I don't know, it might actually just be the clarity production-wise, maybe not, maybe I'm talking trash, but yeah, definitely you can hear it on this track. highlight, I would say, about this whole album is obviously anyone who watches my reviews on the regular will know that I am obsessed with death metal. The grimier, the dirtier, the filthier, the better. So these people, this band pleases me quite a lot, just on the basis that they, in some areas, because they have dual vocals, you've got Bertrand and Tarquin, who both do the vocals. Tarquin does the high, Bertrand does the low. And in some places you've kind of got this, what would really suit a kind of slam pattern, and it's almost actually got that slam pattern of vocals, you know, when they kind of do the dirty breakdown, you know what I'm talking about, and it kind of plays that over this ridiculously high intensely I'm tired. High intensely track, and it definitely gives them a slight identity, an identity of their own, which is nice, because the problem with this kind of music is that, you know, it can kind of get lost a little bit. There's so many bands out there at the moment trying to be more extreme, more intense, the fastest ever existed, and I think it's really important to try and get a sound of your own. And to be fair, they've definitely got it. They've got it on their own with the theme. I mean, you know, there are plenty of people dressing up and things, but They take things to a whole new level with their theme. Just go and check out their merch. So overall, this is definitely one to add to your album collection, I think. I think some people are going to struggle with it, but like I say, you're either going to get it or you're not. If you can look at things quite lightheartedly, then you are going to get it. You're going to enjoy it. If you want to listen to an album that kind of has breaks and slows down to kind of let you catch your breath and then get back into it, you're not going to enjoy it at all. But it's definitely worth checking out anyway, even just for Basement Bitch and Car Trunk Caroline, which are probably my top two favourite tracks. So yeah, the band are currently kicking about on tour all over the place at the moment, so go check them out on Facebook. It's all linked somewhere around here, wherever I managed to stick it in. And go and check it out. So that's Basement Torture Killings with A Night of Brutal Torture. It's out now.